All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for joining His Holiness Chandramauli Swami Maharaj's daily class. Today we are doing Chaitanya Charitamrita today, Adi Lila, 7th chapter, verses 16 and 17. And Hare Krishna Maharaj is not available and he's traveling today. So that's why I requested Mataji to give class. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Today's class is by Her Grace Sridevi Mataji. Mataji is going to cover Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi Lila, verses 7th chapter, verses 16 and 17. Mataji, you're on mute, Mataji. If you want.
Please accept my humble obeisances, dear Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our wonderful Guru Maharaj. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to serve you all through the medium of this Zoom class. We are so sorry that Guru Maharaj is not here, but since he likes the class to go on, we will try to speak something by your mercy, by your empowerment. Vanchakalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. So we are reading Chaitanya Charitamrita, chapter 7, which is Lord Chaitanya in 5 features. And we are on text 16 and 17. So we'll start with the invocation. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Text 16. शिवासादियत कोटि कोटि भक्त गण शुद्ध भक्त तत्व मध्ये तान सबरा गणना. Translation: There are innumerable pure devotees of the Lord headed by Shiva's Thakur who are known as unalloyed devotees. Text 17. Gadadhar Pandit Adi Prabhura Shakti Avatara Antaranga Bhaktakari Ganana Yanhara. Translation: The devotees headed by Gadadhar Pandit are to be considered incarnations of the internal potency of the Lord. They are confidential devotees engaged in the service of the Lord. Purport. In connection with verses 16 and 17, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur explains in his Anubhashya there are specific symptoms by which the internal devotees and the unalloyed or pure devotees are to be known. All unalloyed devotees are Shakti Tattvas or potencies of the Lord. Some of them are situated in conjugal love and others in parental affection, fraternity, and servitude. So this is the classic 5 different rasas. We've been talking about 4 actually here, which is Vatsalya ras, parental, Madhurya ras, which means conjugal, fraternity means Sakhya ras, and Dasya ras is servitude. Certainly all of them are devotees, but by making a comparative study, it is found that the devotees or potencies who are engaged in conjugal love are better situated than the others. Thus, devotees who are in a relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead in conjugal love are considered to be the most confidential devotees of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Those who engage in the service of Lord Nityananda Prabhu and Lord Advaita Prabhu generally have relationships of parental love, fraternity, servitude, and neutrality. When such devotees develop great attachment for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they too become situated within the intimate circle of devotees in conjugal love. This gradual development of devotional service is described by Sri Narottam Das Thakur as follows. Goranga bolite have pulaka sharira Hari Hari Boli Nayane Babenira. It's a very famous song actually. Ara kaba nitai chanda karuna karibe, samsara vasana mora kabe tuchha habe, vishaya chadiya kabe shuddha habe mana, kabe hama heraba Sri Vrindavana, Rupa Raghunath pade haibe akuti, kabe hama bujaba Sri Yugala Priti. When will there be eruptions on my body as soon as I chant the name of Lord Chaitanya? And when there will be incessant torrents of tears as soon as I chant the holy names Hare Krishna, which is this verse in Shikshashtakam? Number 6, Nayanam Galadashurudharaya. That's
Yes.
the verse. When will Lord Nityananda be merciful towards me and free me from all desires for material enjoyment? When will my mind be completely freed from all contamination of desires for material pleasure? Only at that time will it be possible for me to understand Vrindavan. Only if I become attached to the instructions given by the 6 Goswamis, headed by Rupa Goswami and Raghunath Das Goswami, will it be possible for me to understand the conjugal love of Radha and Krishna. By attachment to the devotional service of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, one immediately comes to the ecstatic position. When he develops his love for Nityananda Prabhu, he is freed from all attachment to the material world. And at that time, he becomes eligible to understand the Lord's pastimes in Vrindavan. In that condition, when one develops his love for the 6 Goswamis, he can understand the conjugal love between Radha and Krishna. These are the different stages of a pure devotee's promotion to conjugal love in the service of Radha and Krishna in an intimate relationship with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Yuta Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitam Scha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते चंद्रमौली स्वामिनीति नामिने नमः ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनीति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे नमो जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So in this age of Kali, which is a very, very fallen age, as we all know, there are 4 ages: Satya Yuga or the golden age, Treta Yuga or the silver age, Dwapar Yuga or the bronze age, and then finally the iron age, known as the age of quarrel and hypocrisy. So this is the most degraded age when all the pillars of true religion are systematically destroyed one by one, and the last leg, truth, is also tottering on its last leg. What are the 4 pillars? Austerity, mercifulness, cleanliness, and truth. All these are in abundant measure in Satya Yuga, and then one by one they get knocked off until in Kali Yuga there's no austerity, no mercifulness, no cleanliness, and even truth is, very questionable most of the times. So when the condition is so fallen, people are so fallen, and there is no inclination towards spiritual life, The Lord comes in his own devotee's form as Lord Chaitanya. Why? Because he knows nobody will pay any attention any other way. If Krishna had to come, I am God, surrender to me, everybody will laugh and say he's wearing a Halloween costume. Who is this upstart? Even God himself will get insulted because people are so degraded. People are so degraded in this age that they have no shame, they have no sense of honor, they do not like to respect even saintly people. Even the saintly people get insulted and disrespected by the ordinary people. Why? Because this is the age of Kali. What to speak of God? So, knowing that people are very fallen, the Lord came as his own devotee simply to teach this process of pure devotional service, the means for self-realization. What is the meaning of self-realization? It is realization of the self, which is pure servant of Krishna. Who am I? I am eternally servant of Krishna. Jivera Swarup hoy Nityera Krishna Das. So, Lord Chaitanya, he gave this very simple process of chanting Hare Krishna, following the four regulative principles very carefully, and engaging in devotional service to the Lord, saying that this is the only means that will save you in this age of Kali. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama eva kevalam, kalo nastyeva, 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 gatir anyatha. As in every incarnation, the Lord has his inner circle of devotees. That means those who are very confidential associates, who know the mind of the Lord, who know the heart of the Lord, and who are one with him in team spirit. When we are going to do something important, we need to have all like-minded people, isn't it? Then only there will be synergy. Otherwise, it will be very difficult if each person has their own ideas, their own opinions, their own desires, and each wants to take the team in a different direction. Will anything get done? No. So therefore, Lord Chaitanya, when he comes, he brings with him his entourage. When Lord Ramchandra came, did he come alone? No. He came with Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrughna, who are expansions of the same Supreme Lord. Vasudev, Sankarshan, Anirudh, and Pradyumna. We hear this again and again, isn't it? This is the first Chaturvyuha. If you remember this Lord Chaitanya in 5 features, if you remember the initial part, we will, if you recall, how Lord Chaitanya, how Lord Nityananda is the first expansion as Balaram, and then actually it comes under the chapter Glories of Lord Nityananda, same in this Chaitanya Charitamrita series, and there it is explained how from Balaram comes the first Chaturvyuha. What is that again? Vasudev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, and they are none other than Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughna. So, Lord is always accompanied by his very close associates. And the very intimate circle of his associates are very confidential servitors because, as we said, they know the mind of the Lord. They understand his mood, his mission. And they come to assist the Lord perfectly in his pastimes. So, in these pastimes of the Lord, who was very, very close to him? Of course, Lord Nityananda. Then we have Haridas Thakur, who is described just in the previous verse as one of the unalloyed devotees of the Lord. And we have Shivas Thakur, where all the nightly Sankirtans used to take place, Shivas Angad, if you remember. Who else? Srila Swarup Damodar Goswami, who used to keep notebooks and kadachas. From those, we have been able to get more and more knowledge about Lord Chaitanya. Then we have Srila Ramananda Rai, to whom Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu spoke very confidentially about devotional service and instructed him. And then, of course, we have the Goswamis. Rup and Sanatan were instructed at Ramakheli, personally by the Lord. And they were instructed to go to Vrindavan, excavate the pastime places of Krishna, and write transcendental literatures. But Lord Chaitanya himself gave only Shikshashtakam. These 8 prayers of Shikshashtakam actually form the complete basis for all the literatures written by the Goswamis. This is how powerful Lord's Shikshashtakam is. And this particular mandate given to all the Goswamis, they carried out very faithfully. Who are the 6 Goswamis? Can anyone tell me? Rup Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami, and Jiva Goswami. Jiva Goswami is the nephew of Rup and Sanatan Goswami. So all these are very, very great souls, and they were completely immersed in glorifying the Lord, serving the Lord, writing about the Lord, instructing people about the Lord, because this was what had been given to them by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. And now they were very great, very highly advanced, and very much, materially accomplished also. Rup and Sanatan could read and write Urdu, Persian, Bengali, Hindi, as well as Sanskrit. They were highly learned scholars, and they were also very aristocratic people, having been given big positions in Hussain Shah's government. Dabir Khas and Sakara Malik were their names. But they were not interested in that particular position. They just took it up because the Hussein threatened them that if you do not take up these positions, I will harass the Vaishnavas. So just to keep the Hussein happy, they took up this service. But their heart was not in it. They wanted to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They wanted to be in Vrindavan with him. And later on, we'll see how they devised the means to escape from there. We know that famous story of how Sanatan was thrown into jail, how he bribed the guards, how he escaped. And this is all because of love of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So these are the inner circle of the Lord's devotees. So how can we become this inner circle of the Lord's devotees? First, we must at least become fixed in our own devotional service. We have a long way to go before we can even hope to become the inner circle of devotees. But we must aspire for that position because we were one of those devotees in the spiritual world. We forgot and we came over here with a desire to lord it over the material energy. And this first fall down got us entangled in the cycle of action and reaction, action and reaction, action and reaction, entangling us more and more in the sense gratificatory processes of this world, forgetting our original constitutional position. However, by the mercy of the pure devotees who are constantly canvassing the souls to come back to him, we have received the mercy of Srila Prabhupada. And here Srila Prabhupada is quoting this. When there'll be eruptions on my body as soon as I chant the name of Lord Chaitanya. Nayanam galada shrudharaya vandanam gad gadarudhaya gira pulakaya nichitam vapu kada tava nama grahane bhavishyati. Oh my Lord, when will my eyes be choked? When will my eyes be flooded with tears of ecstasy on chanting your holy name? When will my voice choke up? And when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your name? This is how much the sadhaka in the advanced stages is moved by the holy name of the Lord. And we saw this. I actually saw Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, crying in ecstasy in the last stages of his life. He would start singing and then he would burst out crying. He would sing and then he would cry. He would sing and he would cry. Maharaj had very powerful ecstasies, and you could see that he had reached a very advanced platform of devotional service. He was very, very much, coming back into his original position. So when will Lord Nityananda be merciful and free me from all desires for material enjoyment? So which is this very famous song we sing? Nitai Pada Kamala. Let's go to that particular song, my dear Srimati. Nitai Pada Kamala Koti Chandra Shishitala. And in that particular purport, Srila Prabhupada gives a beautiful explanation of how we must firmly catch hold of Lord Nityananda's lotus feet in order to gain Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Okay, who would like to read the translation? Gauri Priya, go for number 1.
Hare Krishna. Accept my humble obeisances. Um, the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda are a shelter where one will get the soothing moonlight, not only of one, but the millions of moons. If the world wants to have real peace, it should take shelter of Lord Nityananda. Unless one takes shelter under the shade of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda, it will be very difficult for him to approach Radha Krishna. If one actually wants to enter into the dancing party of Radha Krishna, he must firmly catch hold of the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. Thank you.
Very nice. Thank you. See how clearly, right in the very first verse, it is mentioning, if you really want the mercy of the divine couple, then catch hold of the lotus feet, which are soothing like millions of moons of Lord Nityananda. Very beautiful. Okay, number 2. Veeraj Prabhu, you want to read for us?
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Yes, please. Number 2.
Anyone who has not established his relationship with Nityananda Prabhu is understood to have spoiled his valuable human birth. Such a human being is actually an uncontrollable animal because he is never uttered the holy name of Nityananda. He has become merged into so-called material happiness. What can his useless education and his tradition do to help him? Haribol.
Family tradition. Family tradition do to help him. This is also again a very common thing in India. Everything goes by family tradition, huh? In our family for 5 centuries we have been worshipping this Devi, so we will worship this Devi only. In our family for 10 generations we have been worshipping Kal Bhairav, so we will worship Kal Bhairav only. In our family we have been so like this. Family traditions hold such a very tight sway over what the family does over many generations. But here what is being said, why you are not establishing your relationship with Lord Nitai? He is the most merciful, he is the most loving, he is the most sweet, and he is so forgiving. He forgave even Jaga and Madai. So why you are not establishing your relationship with Lord Nityananda? Don't get swayed by your education, family tradition, etc. In this age of Kali, Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda have come simply with one aim, to grab you and give you Paramananda Sukha of pure love of God. Parama Karuna Paudui Jana Nitai Gora Chandra Sabhavatara Sarashiromani Kevalananda Kanda. Anyway, that's another song. Let's go to number 3. Who would like to read for us?
I shall read, Mataji.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Please, Divya, go ahead.
Being maddened after false prestige and identification with the body, one is thinking, oh, what is Nityananda? What he can do for me? The result is that he is accepting something false to be truth. If you actually want to approach the association of Radha Krishna, you must first achieve the mercy of Lord Nityananda. When he is merciful towards you, then you will be able to approach Radha Krishna. Therefore, you should firmly grasp the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda.
Very nice, very nice. What can he do for me? I don't care. Let him be anything. He's Avduta. He doesn't have any rules and regulations. So why should I follow him? No. Even if he is Avduta, he is none other than Lord Balaram. Even if he doesn't follow any rules and regulations, still he is the most merciful Lord Nityananda. So one should not get swayed by all the Avadut-like manifestations of Lord Nityananda. We must follow what Lord Chaitanya is saying, which is worship my Lord Nityananda. Then only you will get my mercy. Then only you will get Radha Krishna. This is very important. We should not think we can approach Lord Chaitanya directly. Okay. Number 4.
The lotus feet of Nityananda are not illusion, they are a fact. One who engages in the transcendental loving service of Nityananda is also transcendental. Always try to catch the lotus feet of Lord Nityananda. This Narottama Dasa is very unhappy. Therefore, I am praying to Lord Nityananda to make me happy. My dear Lord, please keep me close to your lotus feet.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go back to the main verse, please.
Sure, Mataji.
So we are trying to establish that to gain Lord Chaitanya, Lord Sri Radhakrishna's mercy, we have to get the mercy of Lord Nityananda. To get Lord Nityananda's mercy, what do we have to do? We can get the mercy of our spiritual master. That is where it all begins. By very carefully following the orders of our spiritual master, by pleasing our spiritual master, then we make advancement in devotional life and slowly progress nicely path of bhakti. Without satisfying the spiritual master, there is no question of advancement. Yasya prasadat Bhagavad prasado yasya prasada nagati putopi dhyayanstu vamstasya yashastri santyam vande guru shri charanarvindam. Now, in order to get Lord Nityananda's mercy, we have to follow the saintly people. We have to follow our bona fide spiritual masters. We have to follow Srila Prabhupada. And what is Srila Prabhupada saying? Follow in the path of the 6 Goswamis of Vrindavan. Let's go to Goswami Ashtakam, my dear Srimati, because their exalted position is beautifully sung in this Shat Goswami Ashtakam. Yeah, here we go. It's a very beautiful, very beautiful. Krishna Kirtana Gana Nartana Paro Premamritam Nidhi Dhira Dhira Jana Priya Priya Karo Nirmatsaro Pujito Shri Chaitanya Kripa Bharo Bhuvi Bhuvo भारावहन्तारको वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको ज्ञानशास्त्र विचारनैक निपुनो सद्धर्म संस्थापको लोकनामितकारिणो त्रिभुवने मन्यो शरण्याकरो राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्द भजना नन्देन मत्तालिको वन्दे रूप सनातन रघुजुगो श्रीजीव गोपालको. So like this, it gives a very beautiful description of the activities. What were the Sat Goswamis doing? What were their qualities? They were very dear to the ruffians. They were very dear to the gentle. Generally speaking, saintly people, they are liked by gentle people, and the ruffians don't like them because they keep away from. But they were so saintly that even the ruffians used to like the 6 Goswamis. They were so saintly, so gentle, and so meek and so loving with everyone. Let's go to the translation. Very beautiful translation. Who would like to read for us? We need another set
I
of...
shall.
On the same side
Can
of
I-
the road.
Okay, Shiv Kumar, would you like to read the first one? We want more participants. I know all of you are very eager, but let's give others also a chance. Shiv Kumar, are you ready to read? No. Okay, what about Mayur? Mayur Prabhu?
Haribo, Hare Krishna, please have a humble obeisances, O glorious Srila Prabhupada.
Very
Which
good.
is it? The first verse?
First one.
Okay. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are always engaged in chanting the holy name of Krishna and dancing. They are just like the ocean of love of God, and they are popular both with the gentle and with the ruffians, because they are not envious of anyone. Whatever they do, they are all pleasing to everyone, and they are activities meant to deliver all the conditioned souls in the material universe.
Thank you. Trupti, would you like to read number 2? Where is Trupti Madaji? Okay, looks like she's busy. Yamuna Jeevana, what about number 2? Trupti, are you able to read?
Mataji, I'll read if you want.
Yes, please, Prema Bhakti, go ahead.
Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the 3 worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much for reading number 2. See, here the explanation is given of how these Goswamis are themselves following the gopis of Vrindavan, who Lord Chaitanya said are the highest of the highest of the highest of the devotees of the Lord. Why? Because they're completely absorbed in service to Radha and Krishna with no personal motivation at all. They don't care actually what happens to them, but they want the divine loving couple to be very happy, and they're willing to do anything, even go to hell. They're willing to give their foot dust to cure Krishna's headache. That's how exalted the gopis are. They don't care for themselves, but they just want Radha and Krishna to be happy together. And they're absorbed in that mood of facilitating their loving meetings. They're absorbed in the mood of enhancing each other's love for one another. So this is the mood of the gopis, and the 6 Goswamis are following in that mood. Okay, number 3, who would like to read?
I can read now. I can read
Okay.
now. Okay.
Please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, my humble obeisances to you all. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are very enriched in understanding of Lord Chaitanya and who are thus expert in narrating his transcendental qualities. They can purify all conditioned soul from the reaction of their sinful activities by pouring upon them transcendental songs about Govinda. As such, they are very expert in increasing the limits of the ocean of transcendental bliss, and they are the saviors of the living entities from the devouring mouth of liberation. Hare Krishna.
Nice, very nice. You can see how sweetly they're serving the Lord in his mood. He himself has come in the mood of a devotee, and so understanding his mood perfectly, they're doing everything they can to increase the ocean of transcendental bliss by telling them, teaching everyone about Govinda. Okay, number 4.
I can read, Mataji.
Please.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who kicked off all association of aristocracy as insignificant. In order to deliver the poor, conditioned souls, they accepted loincloths, treating themselves as mendicants, but they are always merged in the ecstatic ocean of the gopis' love for Krishna and bathe always and repeatedly in the waves of that ocean.
You see how they could easily kick off all aristocratic style of living and everything just to engage themselves in loving service to the Lord, because it is an ocean of ecstasy. And they were completely absorbed in that ocean of ecstasy. Sometimes the 6 Goswamis would forget to eat even. They would forget to sleep. Sometimes they would survive on just 1.5 to 2 hours of sleep and just a teaspoon or 3 teaspoons of butter. That's because they were so absorbed in loving service to Lord Chaitanya. Okay, number 5. Okay, I'll read number 5. Okay.
I can read.
Rajesh
Yes.
Prabhu, please go ahead.
Rajesh Prabhu, go ahead.
Hare Krishna, humble obeisances to everyone. I offer my respectful obeisances onto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiv Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who are always engaged in worshipping Radha Krishna in the transcendental land of Vrindavan, where there are beautiful trees full of fruits and flowers, which have under their roots all valuable jewels. The Goswamis are perfectly competent to bestow upon the living entities the greatest boon of the goal of life.
Yes, yes, thank you. Nice reading. Remember Chintamani and Sanatan Goswami, the touchstone that this person came to ask because he was praying and praying to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva said, go and see Sanatan Goswami. He's in Vrindavan. So he went over there and he said, oh, I want that touchstone. Yeah, oh, yeah, that touchstone is over there. You can take it in the garbage heap. So this fellow was really surprised. But he was very happy to get the touchstone. He took it running with him because everything he touches with that stone turns to gold. But after a week, he started thinking, if he had thrown that touchstone in the garbage heap and was so casual about it, he must be having something more valuable. And so he went back. He said, my dear Sanatan Goswami, I am very intrigued. You had thrown this stone in the garbage heap. You definitely must be having something more valuable. Sanatan Goswami said, yes, I would like to have it. Well, then you have to throw the stone away and come. So he had that much faith, he agreed. So he threw away that stone and came back. And that's when Sanatan Goswami said, you have a great treasure, it's the holy name. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. There is no greater treasure than this holy name. And the 6 Goswamis have come to give us that. Okay, number 6.
Hare Krishna Mataji, sorry, can I read Mataji? Please accept my humble obeisance.
Jai. Please accept mine. Please go ahead.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatan Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who were engaged in chanting the holy names of the Lord and bowing down in a scheduled measurement. In this way, they utilized their valuable lives, and in executing these devotional activities, they conquered over eating and sleeping and were always meek and humble, enchanted by remembering the transcendental qualities of the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Yes,
Thank you, Mataji.
thank you. Very nice reading. Thank you. Raghunath Das Goswami, it said, he would offer 2,000 dandavats every day to the devotees of the Lord. And he did Dandavat Parikrama of Govardhan Hill also. They were so humble, they were so meek. And there are so many lessons to be learned from the lives of the 6 Goswamis. Okay, number 7. Anyone?
Can I read?
Yes, please, Shivakumar, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are sometimes on the bank of the Radha Kunda lake or the shores of the Yamuna, and sometimes at Vamsivata. There they appeared just like madmen, in the full ecstasy of love of Krishna, exhibiting different transcendental symptoms in their bodies and they were merged in the ecstasy of Krishna consciousness.
So they were like madmen. Why? Because they were just neglecting their own bodies. They were not interested in eating and sleeping. In fact, it is said that the six Goswamis would not spend more than 3 days in any one place. They didn't even want to spend 3 days under one tree, saying we'll get attached to this tree. That's how particular they were, to not entangle themselves again in the material energy. So much lessons for all of us to learn. Okay. Number 8. Anybody?
May I,
Any?
Krishna, may I please read?
Yeah, yes, Mataji.
Nityanandini Radha, please do.
Thank you, Mataji. I offer my respectful obeisances unto the six Goswamis, namely Sri Rupa Goswami, Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sri Raghunath Bhatta Goswami, Sri Raghunath Das Goswami, Sri Jiva Goswami, and Sri Gopal Bhatta Goswami, who were chanting very loudly everywhere in Vrindavan, shouting, Queen of Vrindavan, Radha Rani, O Lalita, O son of Nanda Maharaj, where are you all now? Are you just on the hill of Govardhan, or are you under the trees on the bank of Yamuna? Where are you? These were their moods in executing Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Srila Prabhupada explains, they were going and they were asking, Hey Radhe, Vraj Devi ke Chalalite, Hey Nanda Suno, where are you, my Lord? Where are you, my sweet Radharani? So like this, they were simply running after Radha Krishna. They were completely lost in the bliss of remembering the divine couple. And the same bliss we can have when we all come together and sing and dance in Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Remember, the rasa dance is non-different from Sri Harinam Sankirtan. Golokera Premadhana Hari Nam Sankirtan. And Lord Chaitanya has come to give us this mercy in the form of this Hari Nam Sankirtan. Okay, let's go back. Let's see if there's anything else that I need to say about this verse. Then we can open up for questions. Yes, when one develops his love for the six Goswamis, then he can understand the love between Radha Krishna. These are the different stages of a pure devotee's promotion to conjugal love in the service of Radha Krishna in an intimate relationship with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So without Mahaprabhu's mercy, we cannot gain entrance into Vrindavan. That's a fact. So we have to please Lord Chaitanya. And to please Lord Chaitanya, we have to please Lord Nityananda. To please Lord Nityananda, we have to please our spiritual, the six Goswamis, and then our spiritual masters, like that. So thank you very much for listening so patiently. We can now open it up for questions, comments, realizations, sharing. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you so much for going through these songs about Lord Nityananda and Lord Chaitanya and Lord, all the six Goswamis.
Yeah, especially the Sat Goswami Ashtakam is very, very powerful. If every day we hear this and meditate on its meaning, it will actually greatly improve our devotional life. I'm preaching to myself, actually. It's a long time since I heard it too. But they are very powerful.
Thank you, Mataji. Rajesh Prabhu, do you have any question? The devotees,
Krishna.
please turn on your cameras if possible. Yeah, please go ahead, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances on all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Very sweet class today. I was reflecting on one comment which you made where you said that the gopis were the topmost devotee because they were completely absorbed in the loving pastimes of Radha and Krishna. But also, we were reading in that verse that, Goswamis were reading the revealed scriptures very scrutinizingly. The question I have is, gopis were simple coward girls. They are not studied scriptures. And then the question arises, how were they the topmost devotee? In the sense that, there's a lot of emphasis which is put on reading scriptures, right? And knowing shastras. So how do you reconcile that versus, the fact that gopis already were the topmost devotee?
Right, because they were already at a very high level. Srila Prabhupada himself says they were very simple village girls. They were not very highly erudite or scholarly or qualified or this or that. But they had developed their pure love for Krishna. Pure unalloyed love for Krishna in its perfection is found in the gopis. Therefore, Lord Chaitanya himself declares, Gopi Bhartu Padakamalayur Das Dasanudas. I am not Vaishya, I am not Shudra, I am not Brahmana, I am not Kshatriya, I am not Sannyasi, I am not. Who am I? I am simply a servant of the servant of the servant of the servant of the gopis, of the damsels of Raj, many times removed. So, Lord Chaitanya is teaching us that the gopis are the highest. But why they didn't study, why they didn't need to. They didn't need to. We need to read, we need to study because we are not there yet. And in spite of reading and in spite of studying, we still don't get it. So therefore these classes, therefore this repetition, therefore this Guru Maharaj does these daily Zoom classes for us because we are very fallen in this age of Kali. No matter 100 times we hear a thing, still it doesn't get into our head. And our conditioning is very strong, Rajesh ji. Very strong. I know I must chant my rounds, but hey, I really, please, let me watch this little video clip, please, just a little bit. I want to see what happened. How did that goalie hit that goal? How did he defend himself? Because my love is cricket or football or soccer or this or that. So like this, we have so many vyasanas from so many lifetimes, and we are assiduously cultivating them also nicely along with our Bhakti Lata Beach. We think we can cultivate those things also. So our conditioning is very strong. I was just remembering, you see, I grew up in big bad Mumbai. Those days it used to be called Bombay. So now Bombay, you know, is home to Bollywood. So I grew up hearing all Hindi songs, Hindi film songs. My era is Rajesh Khanna, Hema Malini era. No, all of you young people may not even know about it. So of course I had a home where my mother was very devotional. She was also trained in Carnatic music. So thankfully, at home, though I was hearing her sing bhajans, kirtans, praise of Krishna, I was also listening to all these songs on the radio. And in a pinch, you ask me to sing, I will remember all those songs. That is why I take very special care not to sing anything other than bhajans and kirtans, because I know if I don't sing for Krishna, I will end up singing for Maya. Because I have that singing propensity. Some people complain, this Mataji, she sings too much. But the reason I do that is because if I don't sing about Krishna, guaranteed I will sing all Maya songs. Guaranteed. Abbas, Beatles, Beatlemania, all these songs are in my head. And in a moment, they'll all come out. So you see how strong all these, our Krishna consciousness is very superficial, just skin deep. You just scratch the layer and then all technology, Bollywood, Hollywood, Collywood, all that will come out. So we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. That is why we need to read.
Hare Krishna. I mean, I also come from big bad Mumbai. I grew up there as well. I mean, definitely we have a lot of work to do to come to their level. But also, I think the entire purpose of scriptures, Vedas, is to know who Krishna is and develop that relationship, right? So, I mean, the essence is we need to come to that level. Gopis were already there, basically.
Right, exactly. Vedas, yes, you're right. Krishna himself declares this. Vedas, Sarvasya chaham riddhi sanivishto, jnanam apohanam cha, Vedascha sarve aham eva vedya, Vedantikrit vedavid eva chaha. From me come remembrance, knowledge and forgiveness. I am seated in everyone's heart. From me come remembrance, knowledge and forgetfulness. By all the Vedas I am to be known. Indeed, I am the knower of the Vedas and the compiler of the Vedas. So Krishna himself is declaring, by all these Vedic scriptures, you can know me in full, free from doubt. So we need to read for our own edification, for our own purification, for our own devotional life. We need to read because we have so much bhusa filled with all other things. And unless we make very strong efforts, chances are even this life we will just end up, missing the boat.
Thank you. Thank you for your detailed answer. Much appreciated.
Thank you. Very nice question, Rajesh Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah.
Please keep coming more often and enlivening us. Very nice question.
Kumar Prabhuji, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandavat pranams. Please accept my humble obeisances. Mataji, one question, Mataji, on the relationships. We know the defects of, not defects, the material relationships are superficial. And especially when we take up to Krishna consciousness and we go deeper, it kind of strains if the immediate family is not conducive for practicing bhakti. And this is one side of the story. And when we come to the devotees, the relationship with the devotees, although there is a lot of favorable experiences which we kind of depend on for continuing the practice, there is also the other side where there is conditioning on both sides, and at some point of time, the purification has to happen, and there is some unfavorable experiences that go on. So, given these experiences, Mataji, my question is, how can we hold on to the faith that the goal of bhakti is all about relationship, developing relationship with Krishna, given our experiences on both the material side and on the spiritual side as well?
Yeah, because we are still very neophyte, we are not able to see Krishna in everyone. If we saw Krishna in everyone, we would automatically be very loving and kind and compassionate towards everyone. But our eyes are used to seeing faults in others. We are used to pointing out others' mistakes because we are having so much fault-finding tendency, critical tendencies ourselves. But the eyes of love don't see like that. Premanjana Churita Bhakti Vilochanena. When we come to that understanding, Krishna is in everyone's heart. And this soul is very dear to Krishna. Then we will feel love for that person, regardless of what their external position is. We won't care about the external position because we start seeing this person is part and parcel of Krishna, very dear to Krishna, and therefore it is simply my duty to honor, respect, serve, love this person who has come into my life. As a child, as a husband, as a father, as a brother, as a neighbor, as a fellow devotee, whatever it may be. But that takes time. As you said, it takes time to reach that point. Right now, we are very neophyte. We are very neophyte. So we only look at faults in others. But we must try to purify ourselves of these tendencies. We must try to always be in a mood of service. And when an opportunity comes, we must try to serve the devotees of the Lord because we know this is very pleasing to Krishna. So, even though we have not reached that point, we must practice for it. Devotional service means practice, practice, practice. How does one become expert? By practicing. How did Venus Williams become the badminton or whatever tennis champion? Right from childhood, her father made her practice like anything. You know their story? You know the story of Venus and Serena Williams? Anybody knows? No. They're two young black girls in a very poor black neighborhood in America. They were really poor, dirt poor. But the father, he had big ambitions for his daughters. He said, I will raise these two children to become tennis stars. Because he was into tennis himself. He was a tennis coach. And so from a very young age, he would wake them up early. He would take them to the local park when everybody else was fast asleep and make them practice at the nets. He would keep on, getting after them. Come on, 1 hour of practice before school. Do this, do that. So he was after them. And very soon, by the time they were teenagers, they were participating in the local circuits. Then they made it to nationals and so on. And then one fine day, they were at Wimbledon. How did it begin? A father's dream and his persistence and his insisting on practice. He would not let them get away with any excuse. He would make sure that they got their practice every day. And they were bullied, they were harassed by the other, because the other people thought, what is this man wasting his time like this? They're not going to get anywhere, because that was their thinking. See, when we limit ourselves like this, oh, we are just a poor neighborhood, nobody from this neighborhood did anything great, then we are limiting our children also. But the father did not think like that. He was determined that he's going to do the best for his daughters, and he was determined that the daughters should do the best, and they immediately became champions in the world.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yes, Venus became Wimbledon champion 5 times as a single women champion.
Yeah. And if you think about it, they came from a poor, impoverished black neighborhood where the average child doesn't even finish school. They got scholarships to go to universities. Why? Because they were such great athletes. And they did extremely well in life. Why? Because the father decided that they must be something in this world. So if it's such a mundane thing like tennis, why can't we practice for the spiritual world? Why can't we say nothing doing? I'm going to make it. Prabhupada has given me everything. My Guru Maharaj is giving his sweat, blood and tears every day for me. Why should I make it? Back home, back to Godhead. Isn't it? So every one of us must take this very seriously and very sincerely. And then we too, one day, will be back home with Krishna, singing and dancing and playing with him. Hari Bol. Why not?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much for boosting up our...
I will share with you one of the early lady disciples. She was just a young girl. She was a little unsure about herself. So Prabhupada was busy writing at his desk. She said, Prabhupada, I have a question. And then Prabhupada said, yes, in his grave, deep voice. She said, Prabhupada, if I don't make it in this lifetime, will you come back for me? And Prabhupada put his pen down. He thumped the desk loudly in front of him and said, finish up your business in this lifetime. Don't make me come back. Like this.
Okay.
Prabhupada has got the key to the back door. So we must try our best. Then the grace of the spiritual master will make even failures like us go through. We get grace marks then.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Dear devotees, any more questions or comments? Revati Mataji has a comment. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All goes to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Thank you, Mataji, for very nice class, setting us proper mood and reminding us how serious we have to take this Krishna consciousness. Thank you for beautiful bhajans. It's very purifying.
Thank you. Thank you so much for encouraging me, Revati. Revati is so kind to me, fallen soul that I am. She's always trying to see some good in me and encourage me. I'm so grateful. Thank you so much. My obeisances to you.
My obeisances to you. Thank you, Mataji. Your classes are really empowering. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Hari Bol.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
And we congratulate Rajesh ji on his momentous step, taking initiation on 14th of September. That is truly wonderful. We are so happy for all of you who are going to get initiated. It's a marvelous step in the right direction on life's journey back home, back to Krishna. Wonderful news.
Congratulations, both of you. Thank you. Okay, Mataji. Any more questions or comments? Devotees. So tomorrow Maharaj will be back and sorry.
I
Gauri,
just
please.
wanted to say, comment.
Yeah, please.
Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. You, Mataji, and everyone. Thank you so much for the class. Very enlightening and inspiring. And thank you for going through the bhajans. Just before the lecture, also, I was going through the Shad Goswami bhajan, but just the Sanskrit, and I wanted also to read the translation because I like this bhajan very much. I've heard it when I was listening when Bhaktitir Swami Maharaj passed away. So that time was the some of his friends. So they were sharing something about him, but before that, the bhajan, starting bhajan was Shat Goswami, and from that time, from 2015, when I've heard it, it was like the one bhajan which entered in the heart. It's something very much sacred and something very much intimate, and it's always like so much. You are touching like the door to not something only very beautiful, but like spiritual, like spiritual life. It's just amazing bhajan. Thank you so much for relishing it and discussing meaning of their duties, what they did, and their mood, and yeah, much inspiration. Amazing. And also about the bhajan to Nityananda, just somehow I have question actually in a way, because it has come that when we were reading the translation, like we can sing this also bhajan to our deities. Because I mean I have Gaura Gauranitai, so somehow it is not just very sweet. It's not about the sweet, it's about something intimate. It can come to the relationship then to deity.
Yeah, why not? If you have Gauranitai deities or even whatever deities you have, you can always sing these bhajans because they're glorifying Nityananda.
Yeah. So yeah, when we're reading it, so it has come. And thank you so much, Shiv Kumar Prabhu. I had the same exactly question you given it. Thank you, Mataji, so much for the answering it. Yeah, it's very much important. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yeah.
So I don't see any hands up. I don't see anyone sharing anything.
Yes, Mataji.
Should we stop here?
Yeah, we can stop here, and if you are okay, we can continue with chanting. We can stop.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you
Thank
all
you so
so very
much.
much. Thank you for empowering me to speak something. Though
Thank you.
literally last minute, Shrimati told me to give the class, I didn't have 1 minute also to prepare. Oh my God, I was like, oh Lord Chaitanya, please help me.
Hare Krishna Mataji, you are such a inspiration. You are a very breath of fresh air for all of Vaishnavis and all the Vaishnavas everywhere. Thank you. We really enjoy your singing. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for kindly tolerating me and allowing me to serve in my own small, humble way, even though it is not very perfect. I'm very grateful that all of you are so kind to me. Actually, there are much, much, much better speakers, but because this is our God family, you're kindly tolerating me. Thank you.
So, dear devotees, tomorrow's class is very important. We are going to start Chatishloki Bhagavatam, where Maharaj is going to talk on the verse 2.9.33. and it will continue for 3 days, the same verse, because it has a long purport, very long purport. So I request you all to please join. Don't miss the classes. And it's very important topic tomorrow. So Maharaj will be there. Thank you so much. So we'll start chanting japa, and we'll do some japa for some time. And yeah, thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, Srimati, for keeping everybody, engaged nicely like this with your hosting.